Hello everyone, it's Yogi here. I hope you're well. Happy Wednesday. Yes, every Wednesday we get together and celebrate dimensions, patterns. Okay, so what I've got here, you've probably been following the channel and following this project as well. It's from Dimensions Go Collections. And this piece is called Maggie The Messmaker. Let me show you the markup. Okay, let's have a look. Look at that. So this piece has been, been very much part of my life because I came across this pattern back in 2013 or 12, something like that. And through some life events, I actually went pretty far with this piece, but decided to stop stitching it. Okay, there was, I lost one of my kitties at that time. So somehow I kind of just wanted to put it aside and bury the memories. And I think it was 2018, I decided to buy another copy of this kit. So I bought this kit twice. And the second time I went probably about 70%. And I cannot remember why. I stopped stitching as well. Probably just got distracted by other things. But this time I decided to give it another go. And but this time I'm stitching with you, and I know quite a few of you have decided to go for this kit as well. I am so happy. So I feel like I'm, very much part of this group stitching together, and not just for Dimensions kit, but particularly this piece as well. And it's absolutely beautiful. It's charted beautifully with combination of different type of stitches, and it's great fun. And of course there's a beautiful kitty there and a beautiful sewing machine. It's so iconic. So this piece I started, so this is the third week we're doing this SAL together, and let's have a look. So this is the third session, and this is where I am today, okay? I started from the center, like a good girl. Dimensions kit always tell you to start from the center. And so I started from the top of the sewing machine and started to stitch sort of space above that with a lot of really colorful threads and spools, etc. So let's have a look at the numbers here. And so currently I'm slightly over 1%, not bad at all. This is not a massive piece, but 1% is tremendous, and I'm really happy. And in terms of number of colors overall, it's got 44 solid colors if you look at the left panel at the bottom there, and then on top of that 13 blend threads. So I have not come across blended thread just yet. Pretty soon, I think, if I remember correctly. I know I'm gonna come across threaded color, blended colors very soon. And right in front of you, I'm going to start a sprint here, okay? And this counter is going to capture every single stitch I made today. And at the end of every stream, I share this number with you, okay? Every day is different because really depends on what I'm stitching, and the speed varies quite a lot. So I'm very curious as well. And yesterday, if you're here yesterday, we had a little bit of a internet issues, and it turned out to be issues on my end. Okay, it was my broadband somehow. It was playing up, but the last time I checked, I think it's fixed. So hopefully today, fingers crossed, everything's going to be okay. So this is out of my control. This is from my broadband provider, and sometimes things happen. We're here every day, so at some point we're going to come across issues like this. So thank you for your patience. And before I start stitching, of course, I want to say hello to all of you. Welcome, and I hope you're armed with a beautiful Dimensions kit as well. But we also have back door, side door, and you can parachute from above as well as usual. So Everybody is welcome. And first of all, we have Sarah. Sarah is giving us another beautiful quote. And Sarah's quote today is, living a simple life is the smartest decision you can make. Absolutely. Things are fundamentally simple. I love it because simplicity we perceive as a goal we need to pursue, but ultimately everything is simple. That's the default position. And if anything looks complicated or complex, it's our mind. So, we can fix that with the way we look at whatever it is we perceive as complex, I believe. So, and Sarah's having a doctor's appointment today. I hope everything is going well, and come back to us. And thank you so much, Sarah. And also we have Rajal as well. And Rajal says, hi, everybody. Happy Stitching Wednesday, indeed. And happy stitching to you, Rajal, as well. And we also have a new friend from Australia. So Jane has just joined us very recently. And yes, isn't that a great quote today? And morning to you, Australia, and to you. And Chloe as well. Hello, hello, welcome. And Samantha as well. Samantha is pondering upon whether to stitch dimensions. Come on, join in. You have plenty of time to stitch the other projects, okay? We have the rest of the days, rest of the week. You can stitch whatever you want. Come on and join us. And Sola is here as well. Hello, hello. And Michelle Fuller as well. Oh, Michelle has got a dimensions kit finally. Yes, finally. Michelle is joining us. I'm so happy. And I think Michelle is stitching, is it a Christmas themed piece as well? Every day is Christmas for sure. And let's have a look. Our lovely Susan is also here in the chat. Great to see you. And Needle keeps me busy. Hello, hello. And our Nikki, look at this hand. Not big at all. Really, really tiny hand, Nikki. And Suzanne as well. And Suzanne has been a member for 4 months. Amazing. Thank you so much for your support. Love you so much. And CX and DR as well. Hello. From Florida. Is it Pensacola? Pensacola. Yes, hopefully I haven't butchered that. Welcome. And one of our newer members as well. So really, really welcome. And let's have a look. And we have Belinda is here joining the chat as well. Our Lona is also here. And Grace as well. Grace Hoston and Marsha. Good morning. Another friend from Australia as well. Hang on, just give me a second. Just had a sip of water. Sincere apologies. I've got a little frog in my throat and frog all over the place, if you know my situation with Gecko Rouge. And yes. So we also have Aldana as well. Hello, hello. And Joyce has also joining us with Maggie as well. Yes, I saw your post, Joyce. Joyce has got Maggie as well. I am so happy. The Maggie stitchers, the number is increasing every week. Very, very nice. And Suvi as well, hello. And Michelle Kiefer as well, hello. Good to see you. And Mauja as well. And Griet has come back to us. Good to see you. And Jackie, hello. And Love Drunk. And who else have we got here? Walk Away. All my favorite people. And Miller as well. Hello. And Bess Williams and from New Zealand, and 310 Stitches is back with us. Mary Sola. And yes, Samantha, please put that away. Yes, I know the situation with my Gecko Rouge is pretty dire at the moment. And just when I thought I have overcome the biggest, one of the biggest challenges a stitcher can be confronted with, and lo and behold, I have another one. So I have to, tackle the situation with grace, hopefully, and a lot of ujjayi grass. So breathe with me. So this piece I started from the center, and the fabric is actually 18 count. So this time around, since I have bought the kit twice, okay, I decided, I was very lucky. I was provided a digital pattern by Suzanne, and it's beautifully done, and it captures all the DMC numbers, because if you buy like original kit, is actually charted with their own, dimensions, their own thread numbers. So it's very hard to figure out what color is what if you're not stitching with a original kit. And so I'm very lucky. Everything's converted with DMC. So DMC is what I'm using to stitch this piece, not dimensions threads. I probably have some, scattering around, but, it's just too much work to try to sort them out. So I'm using DMC, and I got my own fabric as well. So 18 count sand, not sand, beige DMC 18 count fabric, and it's really soft. So I think some of you stitching with the dimensions kit original fabric, the fabric's quite stiff apparently, and some of them have some injuries, finger injuries, those traumatic ones. Yes, the fingers have fallen off apparently, and but for me, it's really beautiful, really soft, but structured, fabric. So I'm very really pleased, and I love the color as well, very subtle. So this piece is almost full coverage. Let me just show you the markup one more time, okay? In fact, I'm going to show you the markup instead from the app. It's probably easier. So if you look at the full piece, it's pretty much full coverage, other than these areas, the wallpapers on both ends. Can you see that? It's kind of blending into the fabric, and therefore I think that's why they call for a particular color of fabric, because all the red stitches are 10 stitches, but the rest of the background is just fabric. So it's almost full coverage, but with little bit sort of faded into the fabric. So, and yes, so I started from the center, and today my plan is to follow all these really lovely little items here. And I know on the left side here, there's this beautiful lampshade as well. So I'm very keen. Maybe I will be able to, make contact with the lampshade. And who knows, I might do a little bit of backstitching as well, because I like to backstitch as I go with dimensions kit, or any kit that has got back stitches. So I'll see how it goes. If it makes sense to start back stitching, I would love to do that. I love to do that. I've seen Nikki's piece. Okay, I'm very jealous, and I like a bit of a back stitching action as well. So here we go, guys. Let me know what you're stitching with me, okay? And I cannot wait. I love this piece so much. It means so much to me. And I'd love to be able to finish someday. I don't say this often, but if I were to just to finish one piece, I would like it to be this piece. So I'm using 2 strands, double strand, DMC, and let me pick my first color today. So I want to be very mindful. I want to check my chart, okay? Because different stitches are stitched with different number of strands. So let me have a look. I'm gonna just follow the pattern here. And why don't I start from the center there? That looks sensible. So oh, interesting. So these are 10 stitches, but only 2 strands. So I need to check the chart very carefully. Some with 3 and some with 2, and maybe some with 1 as well. So here we go. So let me start with this beautiful red here, and the number of the color thread number is 3350. 3350, 2 strands. 3350. Oh, it's like a cherry red color, slightly lighter. So pretty. Let me have a look. So look at that. So nice. It's a beautiful start. Sorry about that, guys. Audio. Yes, I turned it off because my throat was playing up and I forgot to turn it off. Sorry. Yes, it's okay. It's okay. It's not my microphone. It's me. It's me. Yes. So all I'm saying is recap. This is 2-strand, okay? It's all good now, right? 2-strand. We're professionals here. We're professionals here. Yes, it's all good now. Yes. All right. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Just so I know. Yes. And so I'm stitching with 2 strands. Jackie, I thought I was losing my mind. Yes, it's Jackie, it's you. Actually, you know, it wasn't me, it was you. And so 2 strands, 10. So all these stitches, all the 10 stitches, I think they all vary. So I need to check my chart very carefully, okay? And yes, I love the alarm system because I can't miss it. Every time I look at those faces, I just get really, really nervous. Brilliant. So you can all hear me, okay? So 2 strands. And you know, these ones, I have to confess, these ones, I started with these 10 stitches and they're supposed to be 3 strands, but I stitched them with 2. These are 3 strands. You can tell they're slightly fuller, but it's okay. You know, I'm going to just leave them as they are. They look okay. And so I want to be super mindful. But these ones I'm about to stitch, they're actually 2 strand, okay? So it's a slightly different kind of operation. So I want to be mindful about the directions. Because with full coverage, generally, just do crosses everywhere. You don't have to think about it. But with this chart, it's different. So this one, I'm going to do a little quarter stitch and then come back and stitch over it. So I might pick and choose different starting methods. Depends on what it is. So I'm going to just do this vertical column here. And you know what? Look at my pattern, right? If you look at my pattern, it's got 1 column vertical stitches going up and a few on the left there. So technically I could go left and right. But last time I did that, I ended up just built up a lot of fabric underneath the stitches in between. So when I tried to stitch the middle bit, it wasn't very even. So I want to be mindful. I want to do this vertical column of stitches first and then move over. So I have a minimum amount of threads built up underneath. So these are the kind of the things I want to pay attention to. So hopefully no more disasters. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think one disaster per year is good. More than that, it's just mindless. Thanks, guys. Here we go. Chloe says, I need to sneak in the back door. I'm working on Glass Castle, Max Colors by Dragon Muse. Hey, you can sneak. So you can sneak from side doors, back doors. But who knows? At some point, you might want to join us with the dimension SAL. So here we go. Vertical. And then when I carry over to the other side, I only need to do it once, because sometimes I'm very tempted to just do skip 2 stitches and do, horizontal rolls, but I try to be a little bit more thoughtful about that. So over here, then I can do whatever I want. So I'm stitching in the way that I was taught from the very beginning. The kind of instructions given with the kit. If you do tent stitches, going from the left and right, you stitch in a reverse order, if you know what I mean. Let me zoom in a little bit more here. 3. But these ones look pretty sparse, actually. But it's calling for 2 strands, so I have to trust the pattern. Because 18 counts, 2 strands is pretty slightly on the sparse side. Needles keep me busy, says, I'm stitching on Maggie. One hand, very slow stitching, slower than you, Yogi. I don't believe you. It's not easy to beat my speed of slowness. And she says, I broke my wrist about a week ago. A week and a half ago. That's why you're slower. Now that I explain, my hands are perfectly good. I'm just naturally slow, okay? So it's a gift. I don't question it. And I hope your hands are better. We have, a couple of stitchers are having injury issues or operations for the hands. So be patient, be patient. This color is so beautiful. And see you later, Jane. Have a nice outing. Joey says, I wanted to watch yesterday's live, but knowing what happened, it was like watching Titanic, waiting for disasters to happen. I know you have to watch with, eyes slightly closed, deep breathing. I know. I think, yeah, because yesterday I purposely chose the location to the left. I wanted to stitch the pencils, the color pencils, and I enjoyed it. It was very colorful, but they there you go. This is what happens. Oh, right. So now I can practice one of those methods. Oh, I can do the Nikki method. I can either do Nikki's method or Laura's method. They're both good, but I'll go for Nikki's first because I happen to stitch this direction. So this is it's called Buckle Up. Okay, it's a stitch pioneer by our Nikki here. So as I'm completing this 10 stitch, let me zoom in a little bit more, just give you a revision of what we learned last Saturday. I'm going to come up through the center and do a pin through the center, come up, and I think Nikki's wrapping her thread over to the left and top and coming down with another pin if you can. So I think this is 18 count, so it's relatively easy to do. I'll see if I can do it without falling over. So you want to bury that pin under the tent and secure the thread. Can you see that? How did I do? I think I did okay. 2 strands just look very sparse for 18, but I'm just doing what I'm told. And that's it. Done. Amazing. Buckle up, okay? It's Nikki's method. 3350, going back. Jacqueline says, I stitch with one hand all the time, no biggie. Yes, I think when I first got this kit as well, I was a one-hand stitcher as well. I literally taught myself train myself to do both hands only after I discovered full coverage, because I just felt it was more efficient. But when I was stitching Maggie for the last 2 times, I think I was stitching with one hand, I'm pretty sure. I think it's probably okay for this type of project, but I think for full coverage, it's just a little bit more involved, and double-handed is just easier for me. Okay, I'm gonna do these 2 columns from the middle here, and this one is calling for 10 stitches, 2 strands as well. Interesting. So I think what they do is the ones in the foreground, they're 3 strands, and the ones in the background, to create that depth of stitches, and the backgrounds, they're slightly more fadey. So they're two strands. Very clever. Really, really thoughtful. This chart, very well charted. 602. Another pink, and 2 strands with this one, tent as well. Chloe says, oh, okay, this is something else. So sometimes there's a conversation between you guys, so try not to get involved. Hey, River. Great to see you, River. And Rose as well. Hello. Hello, Rose. Maybe reporting from work club. Who knows? Or maybe you're stitching. That'd be great. Here we go. So I'm going to do these 2 vertical stitches. And I'm going to just do a simple stitch over, because when I have more than 1 stitch running along the same row, I don't do any special starting method. I just stitch over the thread. I think that should be sufficient. Nikki says, Maggie, original Ada stitcher. Don't forget your finger tape. Is it really that bad? Yes. They need to basically have protections for their fingers in order to stitch the Ada. Really dramatic. My fabric, my fabric is just lovely. So light, so soft. Hello, Captain Squirrel. Another friend from Australia. Oh, Captain Squirrel, did you go to another stitching meeting with Bex? Did you enjoy it? Because Captain Squirrel discovered another stitcher from the group and is living quite close, quite nearby, and they've been going to sort of stitching group locally, which is really lovely. And this is our stitching group, international, worldwide, global. Okay, so this one I am going to do another pin. Yes, I'm going to do a Nikki. And I'm going to bury it under. I can do a Laura as well, I suppose. I'm spoiled with choices. But why is this one looking a little bit iffy? Let me redo it. Oh, that's on Sunday. Is it this coming Sunday? Not last Sunday. Okay, I try to come up with a pin and go down with a pin. And it should be invisible. There you go. Yeah. Very pretty. 602. Let me have a sip of my coffee. Walkaway says the original Ada is really the worst I've ever stitched on. Maybe not as bad as, the Ada Joy's bought a while back. It was so stiff, and literally Joyce has turned it into a boat. And this is, now they have a houseboat. They can sell to different locations. Lovely coffee. Oh. Joy says I've got the original Ada and washed it before I started. Even used a little fabric softener and it's okay now. Oh, so you just need a little wash. Nikki, why don't you give it a rinse? Just give it a wash so you don't have to suffer anymore. All that finger tapes and everything. And Rose says, stuck at work and can't even pick up a needle for another 4 hours. Rose, it's okay. I'll stitch for Rose. So Michelle's fabric is quite stiff as well, is it? So it's lined up for every single kit, not just Maggie's. I don't remember their fabric being that stiff. I remember them being slightly on the stiffer side, but not as bad as, it's not going to cause injuries and stuff. I hope not. Here we go. So these are done. And 780, and this time is full cross. 780, 2 strand, 780. Here we go. Get one. I think when I have, let me have a look. Yes, once I've completed these little items here, I'll probably start to do some back stitching. Let me have a look. So this one has only got 4 stitches and full cross as well. Ah, so these ones are actually, so all the full crosses of this piece are 2 strands. So these ones essentially is this probably one of the thinnest, most sparse looking stitches. Here we go. And if I remember correctly, there may be stitches, they're single strand tent as well. I can't remember, maybe for the background. Hello, Laura. Nikki says, my fingers are like Michael Jackson's hands. Oh, with the finger tapes. But I think he did that for fashion, purposes. I don't think Michael Jackson's finger tapes, because, it was caused by stitching injuries, ADA injuries. Michelle says the good thing is I won't have to frame my final piece. I'll just stand it up in a corner. It'll be fine. I know. It's going to be like as stiff as a piece of cardboard. Or maybe you can turn it into a boat, just like Joyce. Once you finish your piece, just origami its way and turn it into a boat. This one, maybe this one I'm going to do a Laura instead. I want to practice both. And with Laura's method, basically come up to the corner that you start from and just do a pin downwards. So it's kind of a tent version of tuck-in. Very clever. And it works out quite good as well. See, we're spoiled with choices. Here we go. 780. And Nikki says, I have another Dimensions kits and they're okay, not bad, not as bad. Maybe could it be depending on where they're made or when they're made? Because even the same pattern, they're probably made at a different time, because sometimes you have the stock, older stock or newer stock. Maybe they come with slightly different fabric. Because I remember the fabric was slightly stiff, but not so bad that I ever, sort of have issues with. Walkaway says, I think the stiff fabric is the complaint about the Chinese kits versus the older American made kits. There you go. That's my theory. Because I really I don't remember my fabric being so stiff. Maybe they just made in different locations by different companies. Oh, I've got some 310s, guys. You know what? I love to do some 310 because it's going to fill up the background. And once the background is done, I can do back stitching. Lovely. Yes, 310 coming up. Spooky bingo everywhere. I expect at least 3 spooky bingos, okay? 310. 310 coming up. There. Oh, solar. Yes, Michael Jackson's got a finger, sort of band-aid, sort of plasters on the fingers. I think they're fashion accessories, okay? They're fashion accessories. I don't believe Michael Jackson stitched so much on really stiff Ada, and therefore he had to wear finger tapes. I think they're for slightly different purposes. There you go. Exactly. You know, Chloe Spooky Bingo. And yes, and Jackie James as well as Spooky Bingo. Yes, everybody please send them flash the bingo card for our stitchers. And we unite with Spooky Bingos. Here we go. 310 stitches says, I love some 310 stitching. I am so shocked that you said that. Yes, of course. I mean, 310 stitches loves 310 so much. She's named herself 310 Stitcher. It's official. Let me leave a longer tail. It's a little bit easier. So I need to remember these are full cross. I was about to do tent, but I'm going to do the Danish way. I just need to remember to come back. Hey, Sidri. Hello. Welcome. And Clara, I think I said hello to Clara. If not, hello. Okay, one leg forward, another leg back. I need to remember. Joy says, I ordered from the Dutch Amazon and it was shipped from the UK. I see. It's interesting, the dimensions. If you go to their website and when you click on any of the products, they just take you to Amazon now. They don't even host their own shop. Everything's going through Amazon, which is quite weird. All right, let me mark as I go. And the 310 background is going to give it a really, really nice definition. Oh, you know what? You know, with instruction, the dimensions instruction, they always come in, you know, kind of trying to teach you the proper way of doing it. When you stitch full cross Danish method from bottom to up, you're supposed to start from the right side. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do it the the proper way, following the instructions. So I'm going to full cross all the way to the right so I can start doing a Danish method from the right to left and going upwards. If you're going down, you can go from left to right. And that's how I always stitch. And Chloe's got Spooky Bingo as well. Lovely. Nido says, I have seen Komari stitching with tape on her fingers. Yes, in Komari's case, I think it's indeed to protect her fingers because she is stitching so fast. Friction burns for the finger. I don't have that issue. Gray says Michael Jackson could have been a stitcher in his off time. Who knows? Maybe Michael Jackson was secretly doing Maggie. But you never know. It's a little bit like, you know, that diver, the UK British diver, Tom Daley. And no one will ever, you know, imagine when he's not swimming or diving, he was knitting. So everybody, you know, there are a lot of secret knitter stitchers out there. That flows a lot better. Hey, Chelsea, hello. And Mandy Moran is here as well. Welcome. Walkaway says, I was going to create a personalized license plate for my car. Says DMC 310 because my car is black. No, that one is taken by 310 Stitcher. So you two will have to fight over it. Sidri is coming through the back door, knitting. Very nice. And watching Yogi. Yes, please do, you know. I'm counting on you guys. Otherwise, I'm going to, you know, with the Gecko Rouge situation, I didn't just miscount a couple of stitches, okay? I miscounted the entire block. So it's everything to the left there is one block off, and it's not a fudgeable situation, even for my standard, okay? I like to fudge as much as I can whenever possible, but it's just not fudgeable. I wouldn't be happy with that. I know, even I have standards. Alison Rennie, hello. Alison says, evening everyone, been here all week, but just lurking, working on Gloria in the garden, and it's really confetti heavy. Yes, you need concentration then. Yes. It's okay to lurk, but occasionally say hello to the chat and Yogi as well, so I know that you're there and you're well. Laura says, I'm working on a stamp kit today, sewing method. So finger tape for me too. Yes, sewing method. You probably need finger tapes and maybe wristband as well. I think is you know, just holding the fabric is enough to create injuries for my wrist. I've tried it. It's really hard for my wrists. Joyce, I didn't notice that. As soon as I said it, I knew it kind of sounded slightly wrong. Yes, Joy says. I was, you know, I was speculating the Michael Jackson, Mr. Jackson might be doing Maggie. But as soon as I said that, I knew it didn't sound right. But it's too late, too late. So, Mr. Jackson, please don't judge me in heaven. All right. Let me see. I'm doing a little bit of maneuvering over here. So this is this one down here. Jackie says my daughter is on her dance competition team. A lot of other older girls do needlework, as in just embroidery in general. And Jackie says there's so much waiting around to create a little knitting group, a stitching group. That's so nice. I think knitting or stitching or something, you know, that you can relax if you need to wait a lot. And I think a lot of people working in the movie sets, they do that as well, because a lot of that it's just a lot of waiting. And I've never been in a movie as such, but I have been in a kind of experimental film when a few years back as a favor to a friend of mine who happens to be a kind of, you know, independent movie director. So I played a bar person, a bartender. And I just thought, well, that sounds like fun. I'll just do my bartender bit. And I was actually coached to how to pour a proper drink, you know. And so they give you a tutorial and everything. And man, the actual filming was just a whole day of waiting for my bit as a bartender. Didn't even have a single line, okay? I had to wait for probably about 5-6 hours until it was my turn, because all the main scenes were being filmed, and it's just endless repetition the actors have to do. And eventually, when it got to the part I was involved, oh my God, I was exhausted, totally exhausted. And I think the makeup was falling off my face, and it wasn't pretty. It wasn't pretty. And when I watched the film, my face was slightly blurred, so all that makeup was totally wasted. I was working really hard on my facial expression. You know, I want to do the movie justice, and everything came out just slightly blurred in the background, just me pulling a pint. So yes, I could have got my stitching kit with me. Oh, Suzanne, do you reckon the curse happened with Gecko Rouge is because I insulted a little cottage under the cat? No, I still believe it's a crab, okay? And I think the crab is feeling resentful because it's green, first of all. And, you know, you guys kept calling it a cottage. So the crab is not happy, and therefore it kind of unleash the curse on me. It's okay. I can take it. I can take it. And Chelsea says, question: when do you when you do blends, do you stitch individually or threads together? Oh, I would do it together. Does anybody stitch the two colors separately? Because you want them to kind of blend together. If you stitch one on top of the other, wouldn't it just cover up the first color? I always just stitch, I just have 2 threads of different colors and just stitch them normally. Look at that, instantly. You can see the definition of these little goodies. So nice. I love it. Captain Squirrel says it's just a bit of frogging, it will be fixed. Captain, it's almost 2,000 stitches, 28 counts. Frogging 28 counts is no fun, Captain. Can I send the project to you, Captain? And as you know, when you go to the church, the stitching group, you just get everybody to frog for me. So if all the people there frog 100 stitches, it's going to take only a couple of weeks for it to be done. But I like the optimism. So I think what I'm going to do is with the Gecko Rouge, okay, to address that situation, I think I'm going to leave the stitches there and then for now and stitch around the area and maybe move to other that, you know, move up or go back to the right side and continue to stitch those area. And when I have to come back to the color pencil area, I'll just undo the stitches a little bit at a time. You know, I think it's probably most sensible way of doing it rather than trying to undo 2,000 stitches in one day. I think, you know, majority of people probably go a little bit nuts. And I like to stay sane and relax and love the piece, you know. So I think I'm going to just divide and conquer. Hey, Lynn Rose. Lynn Rose says, good evening, everyone. Finally feeling 80% better. Just 1 year, still stuffy, but got 4% on Hey SAL. Well done. Yes, any of you, if you're recovering on any sort of, you know, condition, just be patient. Deep breath and, you know, if you're able to stitch, just stitch a little bit at a time. It's lovely. I'm going to take another 310 here and take it over the other side. So a little bit more 310. Hey, Kelly. Welcome. Lona says, I've been working on my A Treasure Time Dimensions Gold from Paper Chart. Forgot that I had Kinko's. Made me a copy. Well, I don't know what that is. What's Kinko? Is it? It's something to do with Kit Kat. It's a version of Kit Kat. No, I'm kidding. I have no idea what it is. And so Luna says, now I'm making what I've stitched on my paper. Got spoiled Pattern Keeper's saga. I know, yes. So last twice, you know, 2 attempts for this piece, I was fiddling with paper chart. I think the first time I was properly stitching with just paper chart that came with a kit, and in the end the paper chart just got really worn off and it was falling apart, and I was trying to tape it together, pieces together with masking tape, so it wasn't pretty. So the second time I think I was using a PDF reader on my tablet, because by then 2018 we had tablets, and so I was using that. But this time I have proper markup app to work with, so I'm very happy. It's a very different experience. Michelle says, Yogi, do a special stream on Saturday for frogging only. We can all gather and frog the project. We've abandoned because I don't want to frog. I know. We could do a frog together. Do you not think, Michelle, it's going to be too depressing? But you know, this Saturday, okay, it's up to you guys, okay? So members, Saturday for the members get together, I'm thinking about maybe doing another side quest party, because I've got, I've got another piece that I stitched. I think it was back in 2023. It was part of a SAL. It's the only SAL I've ever done, or the first one. It was with caterpillar stitches, and I'm thinking about maybe pick up that piece and stitch with you as a side quest. Just changes of just changing the flavor slightly from Gecko Rouge. Try to recover from Gecko Rouge. So let me know what you think. I don't know, guys. Do you not think frogging party would be too sad? We just get so depressed and just start throwing things around. Do you not think? I mean, potentially we could. I'm just thinking that could be very depressing. And Bess likes the idea as well. Oh, frogging stream. Wow, that let me know what you think. If you've got frogging to do as well, because it's just me frogging, I'm gonna feel quite sad. But if you have other pieces, you've been trying to frog, but you just need more support from everybody, then perhaps we can do a frogging session together. It can be done. So it's up to you. We can do a side quest or maybe a frogging party. TOD. Susan says, at least you have now been stitching for 3 years. But you know that color pencil area to the left there, I worked on that area for at least 3-4 sessions. Okay, Susan. So, yes, it's much better than 3 years, but Captain Squirrel says 2K is a bit, but it's better than restart. Well, it might be easier for restart, because restart, you don't have to frog, right? You just move on to a new piece. But I'm not going to have another new start. I've done, fair bit for the area on the right side there. And also, I've run out of the starting point. I've done upper left. I've done bottom center as well. I'm not going to start in a new location. And Suzanne says we need the power tool emoji. Yes, I thought about that. Guys, if there are more members joining us, okay, we need to free up another emoji slot. So join the membership. We need more members, so YouTube would give me another slot, and then maybe we can have a power tool emoji. Okay, it's up to you. Your call. Sidri says, will that be confusing, leaving the wrong stitches? Well, it's a massive piece, you see, so I can just, move to other areas, and then whenever I feel like it, when I'm feeling strong, then I'll come back and frog a little bit at a time. Hey, Gayla, welcome. How are you today, and what are you working on? Yes, Captain Squirrel, yes. Maybe we can have a power tool emoji. And Heather, hello. Yes, our squirrel and Heather, they're here, reunited. Susan says, maybe double chocolate for frogging. Yes, I know. We need some sort of comfort and reward, don't we? We can't just frog and frog for 3 hours. We need to eat chocolate. Heather says, Kinko is the store that makes Xerox copies. Oh, okay. Now it's owned by FedEx. I think we have shops like that as well, because all the, not all, but quite a lot of post offices, they're all closed up. So now if you want to send a parcel, sometimes there are a couple of kind of delivery. I don't know whether they're FedEx or something. It's called Box and something. That's what we have locally. And they collect your parcels for you. Maybe, I don't know whether they deliver through their own systems or through Royal Mail. I'm not too sure how it goes. But we don't even have a high street post office anymore. We used to have a really large one locally in a really old building as well, really nice building. It's all disappeared. Aldana, congratulations. Aldana says, my kid is finally here. It came printed, and I'm not sure about that. So I'm going, grinding together the other side of the fabric to do it. Oh, a gridding, sorry. It says grinding. You could grind as well. Go for it. Aldana, so it's a printed kit, or is it? If it's printed, you can just stitch with a printed pattern, can't you? Or maybe you prefer plain fabric. Captain Squirrel says, James Van Der Beek passed away. Who is that? I'm not familiar. Oh, that's terrible. But I don't know who it is. Rest in peace. Lona says, I could work on my Disney big panel Saturday. Do you need a frog? You have to frog to join the session. I can't be the only person frogging. That'd be so sad. Aldana says, we're in this together. I'm okay with a frogging party. Really, guys? If you want a frogging party, if you guys want it, we can do it together. I know it's not going to be pretty, okay? But if you're going to frog with me, we'll frog together. Frog with me, Sola. Yes, frog with Yogi. It's a new type of, get together. People just frog together and eat a lot of chocolate for comfort. Clara says, Yogi, when did you discover the boo-boo in your gecko rouge? It was during the end of the live. I had to take care of my pups, and I went back to your life has ended. Yes, yesterday we had a little bit of an internet issue, so I thought, the best thing is probably wrap it up. So after the session, I took a little break, and I had a look at the project because I had not worked on Gecko Rouge for a little while. So I thought, well, maybe I'm going to do a little bit more. But instead of doing the pencil area, so let me show you. Okay, so this is what happened yesterday, and I'll tell you how I discovered the fatal, not quite fatal mistake, but pretty major mistake. So let me just bring up this chart. So yesterday, if you were with me here, and look at, I've got a highlighter there because I had to count how many stitches I've got there. So let me just undo that. Okay, so this is yesterday. I was working on this session, the color pencils, this area, and so after the stream, I took a little break instead of coming back to this section because I wanted to do a little bit more, and I actually moved my fabric. I moved my fabric because I was serious, I thought, well, I'm going to do a little bit of damage here. I'm going to work on this little this section here, and maybe get a little bit closer to the green crab. And I think I probably angered the green crab, and it unleashed the curse on me. So as I was working on this section, if you look at the bottom left here, okay, and look at the blue stitches, these blue stitches. I kept counting and look at the pattern. I just go, well, why does it look different from, the pattern just looks different on my fabric, because on my fabric, all the area underneath here is all clear, because this pink block is actually one block off. So if you imagine where, if you look at where the pink block is, it's actually 10 stitches off to the left. So the area under my fabric is quite clear without the additional blue stitches. So I kept looking, kind of checking back and forth a few times, couldn't believe my eyes. And then I realized the whole bit underneath, I think I started to miscount my stitches from the bottom here with the blue stitches. That was the beginning of my mistake, because I remember when I tried to do this, I was quite keen to move to the left. Remember, I was working on this area for quite a while, and then I just wanted a change of the scenery, and I just wanted to count my way to the left quickly so I can start stitching on something else. But lo and behold, I miscounted 10 blocks. So I did these little blue stitches here twice, and so I miscounted one stitch, but I did not reference to the stitches on above, which would have told me that something was going on, but I was just so keen. I just moved to the left, so all the stitches from the pink block and some blue stitches to the right there, all the way to the left, everything is all wrong, one block off. So there you go. That's how I discovered. Otherwise, I'm kind of grateful that I found out, because I could have just kept going. I could have kept going, couldn't I? And I could have created a very similar situation as the last version. So I know it's 2000, but it's a lot better, as you said. It's much better than 3 years of stitching. Can you imagine if I just kept going to the left and then come back and eventually realize there's one block missing extra? So, who's James? Is he an actor? Oh, he's an actor, is it? Is he 48? That's very young. So it's illness. Susan says our post office moved to Asta. Yes, maybe they, some of them kind of just become part of something else to save the space and maybe staffing as well. But our post office, the main one, just disappeared. So for me, if I want to visit post office, I have to go much further. I don't even know where it is. But we do have a depot which we could collect parcels from. But it's different, isn't it? It's like going to a warehouse. It's a different deal. So that's my Gecko Rouge story, part 2. The never-ending story of Gecko Rouge. Susan's, yes. If we're, guys, if we're doing the frogging, party on Saturday, you have to come with your sort of safety equipment, earmuffs, like Susan suggested, and safety vest, sort of this glow in the dark vest you have to wear. Okay, so we have to frost safely, and a lot of chocolate. Oh wow, so James is a famous actor, is it? I don't watch anything, so I have no idea who those people are. But that's so sad. It's very, very young. Alison says I would look to frog 100 stitches a day. It would take a wee while. Thank God you finished your sentence quickly. And we'll probably best for your energy and patience. Yes, that's kind of what I was thinking, but maybe we can kickstart with a frogging party. If you have pieces, you've been thinking about frogging, but just couldn't, bring yourself to do it. We could potentially do that. Or we could do a side quest, right? We can actually stitch something. So it's up to you. Let me know which one you prefer. Lona says, I have more than 7,000 stitches to frog. Lona, what have you done on 4 different projects? Okay, so even Lona, the model stitcher, need to frog from time to time. I'm feeling a little bit better. I'm feeling a little bit better. Maddie, do not mention the F word, okay? Michelle says, Yogi, we failed you as a chat. I'm glad Michelle is taking responsibility, okay? I'm counting on you guys, and to raise alarm. You guys didn't, okay? Michelle is taking responsibility. And Michelle says, we failed you as a chat. We will do better watching you every stitch. I know, that's why yesterday, I very sneakily, hit the app view instantly. The chat was going, where is the app view? We need to have a look at it. But keep our eye on the view so you don't end up having to frog 2,000 stitches. But it was too late. It was too late. Oh dear, Solar, what's a hernia? What's a hernia belt? What is that? Sounds terrifying. Dawson's Creek. I've heard of the title, but I've never watched anything, sort of TV series and stuff. So I have no clue, I'm afraid. But that's very, very, really sad. Lynn Burgess says, hi everyone. And Yogi, I feel for you. It's sad when you have to frog as well. Not for accepting so well though. Well, having gone through 1.0 of that project, this one doesn't seem too bad. At least I can fix it, and just probably take some time as well, and maybe some tears, but it's okay. I've got some cat fluff here. It's full of Dolly's hair. I'll probably do the surrounding, the background, and I can do a little bit of a backstitching. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Clara says, now we're going back to watch the video to see what we were talking about at the time of the disaster. Exactly. You need to review the situation so it won't happen again, Clara. So I can't remember which stream, but if you follow the playlist, right, there's a playlist for the Gecko Rouge project. Just get to the point after I start stitch the Mr. Potato. And because I was there for a little while, I was stitching Mr. Potato and the under the belly of the cat. And there was one episode that I just decided to move to the left because I just needed a change, and that was when that happened. But I can't remember which stream that was. So every project I created a playlist. So if you ever, if you ever want to follow a project and see how it started or evolved, you can just follow the playlist. Nikki says, I think it happened a couple of streams back. I think it's probably a few more, because I remember stitching the color pencils for at least 3 sessions, and also the pink blob as well. So I say maybe 4 to 5 sessions before, something like that. Yes, I think the chat at that time probably talking about, something to do with pizza or pineapples. That's, I'm pretty sure. And with this one, I'm going to do a tuck-in actually. Oh, it looks amazing now with a dark background. It looks so different. Lona says, Yogi, you've got your change. Instead of putting stitches in, now, now you have to take stitches out. I know, Lona. I asked for it, didn't I? I wanted changes, and now I really have to change. Yes, thank you, Lona. The wisdom from Lona. Exactly. And my reverse stitching, the speed is incredible. So, all right, I'm going to keep going around the sort of, surrounding area. The next color is 739. It's actually quite light. It's kind of yellow, cream color. 739, 739. And this one is full cross, full cross. Lynn Burgess says, I remember how sad I felt when I restarted the traveling library 2000. 20,000. What? Lynn Burgess, when? 20,000 gone to waste? Not the version we've seen, correct? 20,000. And Lynn says, I couldn't bear to start at the same spot and have not yet restitched it. And I'll leave it to Leanne. What happened to that piece? Lynn Burgess, are you saying the foxes and everything? What's happening? What happened to that piece? Guys, have you seen Lynn's web traveling library? It's gorgeous. I'm not aware that something happened to it. What happened? 20,000. But the fox was beautiful. What happened to it? Yes, Lona, be careful what you ask for. Exactly. Exactly. I know. I'm learning. Okay, Lona. Oh, okay. Lynn Burgess says that the Fox is the second start and still going strong. Thank God. But what happened to the first version? And how did you manage to do 20,000 stitches before the second try? Because even for the second version, I didn't realize it was second version. The restart, you've gone really far with it. What kind of sort of alien speed are you stitching, Lona? Not Lona, Lynn. That is not normal. Because, you know, it's a relatively new pattern. It's only been out for a few months. How did you manage to do 20,000, have a restart, and still do that much? I have no idea. Air stitching this one. Lona, is there such a thing as confetti in Dimensions Go? It's generally not very confetti or not at all. There's no confetti. So Lynn did a center start on Traveling Library on 22 counts. Okay. And the coverage, so did you do 1/1 on 22? And Lynn says the coverage was poor on the dark colors. I presume if you do 1/1 on 22, you could, because it's a very, in terms of color, it's very strong piece. You do need a fair amount of, you know, coverage to do the piece justice. Wow, and you managed 20,000 and you restarted and still managed to stitch the fox so quickly and the sofa as well. So Lona's Dimensions kit has got confetti. Oh, interesting. I mean, this one, I wouldn't say there's any part of this piece I would consider as confetti. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. I know, it's alien, kind of alien sort of level of stitching, isn't it? Because the pattern only came out, we started the max color version. So Lynn, are you doing max color as well? So you started pretty much at the same time as me, aren't you? Because the max color came out, and we started the project, the SAL, pretty quickly. And that was, I think, 1st October or September, something like that. And Lynn, currently I'm under 2%. Okay, Lynn. just for your references. Yes, Lynn, not secretly. Now it's open, okay? I have outed Lynn Burgess as an alien. Sarah's seeing the doctor today. Can someone take over Sarah's role and, you know, take Lynn away for some biscuits and milk, please? I've found a new member for Alien Club. Lona, can you do the honor? Take Lynn away and provide some alien treats. Exactly. The secret is out. It's just not normal, you know. I'm under 2% and Lynn has done 20,000 stitches, redid it, and now it's probably gone as 20% into it. That is just not normal, okay? It cannot be tolerated that way. Okay, I'm gonna end this color here. Hello, Wild Fox, Stitchery, welcome. Susan says 4th October, so that's when we started the max color version. Lynn says the second version, I started in 14th October. Hang on a second. When did you start the first one? I managed to do 20,000. I'm so scared. And Lynn started the restart 14th October. And now it's probably about minimum 20%, right, Lynn? Yes, Lona, thank you so much. And Nikki as well. All the alien members are coming out with a treat. For Lynn. Take her away. Yes. Yes, welcome to the Alien Club, Lynn. It's just the way it is. You know, you don't need to enter. We just send you there, okay? Permission is not required. Consent is not required. Okay, I'm going to start to fill in areas on the left, and once I'm done with them, I'll come back and do back stitches. I'm trying to catch up Nikki's progress. Nikki's gone so far. It's feeling a little bit competitive, okay, Nikki? I want a bit of a back stitching action as well. Oh, is Wild Fox Stitchery a floss tuber as well? Oh, yes. You need to confess, okay? If you're a floss tuber, just come in and state your name and say, my name is Wild Fox Stitchery. I'm a floss tuber. I confess. All right. Lynn says, Yogi, I'm trying to give you comfort in a way that you can recover from mistakes. No, Lynn, having heard your situation, I'm having no comfort. First of all, you stitch 20,000 in God knows 2 weeks, and then you restarted it. Stitch so fast. I'm feeling no comfort at all, Lynn. Thanks for trying, okay? It's not working. And we have another Lynn joining us. Lynn Kershaw. Hello, Yogi and fellow stitchers, Joyce and Nikki. How are your fingers in this Ada? It's not good. Lynn, how about just wash the fabric? And then, so you don't have to suffer anymore. There's no need for suffering, okay? If you're going to wear finger tape, just make sure it's a fashion accessories, not protection from severe injuries of the fingers because of the fabric. Oh, finally, yes, my first blend color thread. Here we go. Now we're going for my first blend color, 402 and 945. 402. I have to think about how to manage the leftover threads. 402. So it's a pink, kind of peach color. Okay, my first blend coming up. 402 945 945. It's a very light beige. Four zero two nine four five. Lynn, that doesn't make any difference. Lynn says, sorry, Yogi, looks like, look at my pattern keeper. It was 12,000, not 20,000. Oh, that really makes a lot of difference. 12,000. And Lynn, how long did it take you to frog? Or did you just swap, the fabric and restarted it? And what happened to those stitches? Oh, I suppose you had to, because it's a different count, isn't it? Now you're doing 25 counts, I think. Yes, I suppose if you don't have to frog, in a way, you literally just move on to a different fabric. But the thing is, for my situation, the F word has to be introduced. Oh, look, my first blend. That's so pretty. Look at that. That's very pretty, isn't it? Look at that. It's kind of peachy, orangey, and quite light cream as well. It's my first blend. Oh, love it. Now I feel like I'm a proper stitcher. I have blend colors. So that's a whole row. Okay, so I'm moving into the lampshade. That's why I remember, actually. I remember the blend stitches. And blend stitches are slightly tricky because sometimes the colors, if the threads are slightly twisted over each other, it can look slightly untidy. So I'll do my best to keep the thread as neat as possible. No promises. Nikki says, my finger tape has strawberries. Does it help? Does it help the pain? Yes, we have alien mug, and Nikki's got the alien mug as well. I'm waiting for mine still. I don't know why. Well, I didn't order the alien one. I have the dolly mug and I've got a frog. Okay, maybe it's a curse of the frog mug. And so Lynn just moved from 22 counts to 25, yes. But eventually you probably have to frog those stitches, otherwise the fabric is wasted, isn't it? It's a shame. Okay, I'm gonna keep my threads as tidy as I can. So I don't do railroading as such, but I do run my threads through my finger as much as I can. Just keep the threads kind of lined up as much as possible. Yes, you can use a tool to do that, but I normally just run the thread, smooth it out with my fingers. Because I've seen people doing, I'll show you to you, if you don't know what railroading is. So coming back, most people only railroad the second leg, right? Because that's the leg that's visible. So let me show you. If I remember, you pull both threads out and you insert a needle between two threads before you go down for the second leg, something like that, right? Because I've seen people using a tool to do that, but that's just too overkill. So as you insert a needle between two threads, you split them apart. Hopefully, when you, oh no, I did 2 stitches instead. I was getting too keen. Let me try again, okay? I'm not doing 1/2, okay? So when you do about to do the second leg, just thread your needle, insert your needle between the 2 strands before you insert a needle down for the second. Can you see that? It's quite kind of split the threads apart. And as you pull down, hopefully it's going to be prettier. Is it prettier? Is it worth doing? Let me do a few more. I don't think I can keep it going, but can you see that? Needle in between 2 threads and down. Are they tidier? That's quite nice, actually. I'm going to keep it going for a few stitches. It's quite fun to do. I think particularly it's probably worth it to do it for lighter colors like this one, like cream or white, because it shows when the threads are not tidy, are not lining up properly. So this one, for instance, through the middle. So everybody's having finger tapes. You don't need that. Just wash your fabric, guys. Stop the insanity. You don't need tapes. You shouldn't be injured through stitching. All right, let me just smooth out my thread. And it takes a little bit more time and effort, but probably worth it for lighter stitches. Let me redo this one. Tamara, hello, welcome. And Tamara is asking, how do you get a dimensions pattern into Pattern Keeper? I emailed them with no reply. It's because dimensions, they no longer, they're still around, but owned by a different company. So contacting them might be a little bit tricky. So I think the best thing, I don't know, Tamara, have you joined our Facebook group? If you have, if not, you can join our Facebook group, because you can just send out a post and ask for help. There are ways you can perhaps get hold of a PDF version. But if you have already bought the kit, but I don't know where you actually email to find a PDF version, because now it's owned by a different company. Yeah, these stitches look quite nice. Do you not think? So maybe railroading for certain colors is worth it. Lunchbox, hello. Mr. Lunchbox is here. Lunchbox says, can you please insist my wife finish my bow set cross stitch? Oh, well, we've got a request from the hobby. It's Captain Squirrel's husband, okay? Be gentle with him, all right? We need some testosterone in the group sometimes. Yes. And Captain Squirrel, did you hear that? You know, now it's an open request from Lunchbox, Mr. Lunchbox. So I'm going to just keep going with this one. Chelsea says, did you design a spooky bingo bag in black? Yes, I'm working on it. I'm working on it. I think it's a great idea, and I will let you know whenever that's finished. So I'm working on stickers, because there's some requests for stickers. I think it would be quite fun. And I'm working on clothing as well, and also the bag as well. So yes, I will release a release one with black background, with a black bag. Okay, Chelsea. Mr. Lunchbox, yes. So Captain Squirrel says it's 10% of 13,500. Is that the project you promised, Lunchbox? Can I just call you Lunchbox? First name basis, okay? You can call me Yogi. I call you Lunchbox. Tamara, yes, join the Facebook group. Everybody's really helpful, and there are different solutions for different things that our stitchers, people come in the group asking about. And the best way to find solution is connect with the members in a group, and we will help you. And Tamara, are you stitching Dimensions kit as well? Well done finding us. Only 90% to go, Captain. Yes, 10% is tremendous. You know, it takes a while. I think these ones look slightly untidy. I'm not happy with these. These are better. These are I did with, oh, maybe that's why I did these ones with sort of Dutch method. They come out so much tidier. So I'm probably going to do one leg at a time. I think these colors are, I'm not happy that if I felt that the threads are kind of twisted together. Okay, I'm slightly fussy about these stitches. So I'm going to undo them, okay? Because these ones in comparison are so tidy. So I am going to go forward and back, okay? And rolled on the second leg as well. Here we go. Let's try again. I want them to be so smooth. Lunchbox says, I want it for my 50th birthday present, and she has 10 years. Well, I don't know, 10%, how long did it take you, Captain Squirrel, to come to 10%? If it's within 1 year, then maybe you have a chance, Lunchbox. By 50, you know, age 50, you might get that piece. And who knows? But the number is increasing, isn't it, Captain Squirrel? Joining this group, the number of webs originally, when Captain Squirrel came to us, it was already, you know, pretty tremendous, pretty high number of webs going on there. So going forward, it can only get worse, okay? Lunchbox, I don't want to give you false hope. I don't want to promise you that by age 50 you're going to get your completed piece, but you know. So I'm gonna do the second laid back. I think is going to be tidier. Counters of yards every day. Yes, he's impatient because he's probably, you know, looking at the number of webs that's increasing every week. And I think Captain Squirrel's got no new start policy for this year. Is that true? It's not gonna last, okay, Lunchbox. I don't think it's gonna last. And but so let's say, I agree, Yogi. I'm very picky on how stitches look too, and particularly with lighter colors. I think with 310, for instance, you can get away with it a lot more. But lighter colors, when they're not lined up properly, really bothers me. And particularly for 18 counts, you know. Single strand, no problem. Single strand, generally, they look okay. But double strand, yes, I want to put a little bit more care. Joy says you can use another needle as a laying tool, just like you guide the top leg with your finger. Yes, I did that at one point as well. Let me see if I can find the tool I used. Joyce, let me show you. I used one of these. So this is for knitting. And at one point, I have not done this for a long time, okay? At one point, I was using this one for railroading. But, and then it was just too much work. So maybe I can give it another go coming back for the second leg, okay? I don't know which one is easier, the split method or using a tool like this. Lunchbox says, I don't ask for much, but it's a, you know, it's a large project. I'm guessing, you know, it takes a long time to finish. And maybe in the meantime, Lunchbox, if you're really, really nice to Captain Squirrel, and maybe Captain Squirrel is willing to put a little bit more time on your piece. Otherwise, you have to wait till you're in your 70s. Maybe you need to celebrate it on your 70th birthday. I think it's pretty safe. I think you should be able to receive it by age 70, okay? I think something like this, I haven't done it for ages, so I don't know. Coming back, I think it's similar to using my fingers, my middle finger. You just do that, right? Some people do this, don't they? They go, ooh, and release. I normally just use my finger to do it, similar thing. So I don't have to pick up anything. But I think with this, I don't know, maybe you can smooth out a little bit more like that. Whoa. So you can literally see, let me zoom in a little bit more. You can literally see how the threads are lined up if you're really, really particular. Can you see that? It's totally flat and you just release this tool, and it should come down relatively, but it's a hassle. You have to hold it. I feel like Komari. I have to hold this thing, you know. Let me do it a few more times just for laugh. I don't think it's gonna last, but look at that. So yes, it's very nice, isn't it? Very nice. It's very flat. Let me see. Lunchbox says that I also found out how much it's worth. What, the web, the piece that's dedicated to you? How large is it? So let me look at the stitch count. Okay, I don't think it's huge, is it? Let's have a look. 10%. I can't remember. I can't find it. 13. Okay. Oh, not 13. 135,000. 135,000 stitches. All right. Yes. Is that? That's a little bit more than. What's the stitch count for an average heaven and earth? I can't remember. Is it about 700? No, not 700. Maybe 400. 400,000. So that's not huge, is it? I don't know. I can't count. Okay, my head is spinning. Yes, Michelle. Yes. A lot of times we talk about pizza and pineapples, but today we're talking about serious stuff, Michelle. Yes. I think there's some issues between Captain Squirrel and Lunchbox, okay? It's playing out live here on Yogi's stream. We need to help them. We need to keep them together. And I don't think, you know, how do we make sure the Captain Squirrel can complete the piece before Lunchbox 50th birthday and not 70s, okay? Walkaway says instead of a railroad, I pull the threads through until they're nearly all the way and give the little bubble of the thread a flick with my fingernail before pulling through. It straightens them out. It's a little bit like this. So you stitch normally for the second leg, and then normally I just use a finger, very similar way to a tool, so I don't have to hold it, and then just pull it down like that. But I think it does make a difference, because when I did a full process, it looked very untidy, very, very untidy. I don't like that. So let me do this one more time. I know, just as a practice, like that. And lay it down like that. Maybe for lighter colors, it's kind of worth it. It's quite fun to do as well. Oh, it's a Gecko Rouge one. Yes, it's a little bit pricey. I know. I've got my Gecko Rouge, Colin Thompson's. And yes. So let's say, so I always have to railroad laying tools never work for me, but only railroad on the top leg. Yes, I think people don't really care about the first leg, do they? I know it takes a little bit more time, but I do feel a little bit better doing it like this. I'm not normally OCD, but lighter colors, when the threads kind of twisted together, I'm not happy. Michelle says, give the project to the aliens. I will be done next week. Problem solved. It will be 150 counseling fees. Yes, we have Lynn Burgess that's just joined our alien group, and she's really, really fast, and her stitches are beautiful. So Captain Squirrel may be considering, you know, just give the project to Lynn as a side gig. Lynn can probably do that with eyes closed in a week. All right, I am going to just end my thread here. I think you should be fine. I think that looks quite nice for the first blend color. Blend thread. Four 402. Oh, Joyce, I love that. I really love the idea. Lunchbox. Can you read this? What do you think? So Joyce is suggesting the lunchbox and Captain Squirrel to take turn and both stitch on the web. Exactly. Then it's double speed. Maybe it's going to be finished before, I don't know, 48. Maybe slightly ahead of time, okay? How about that, lunchbox? And you probably feel like you have more control over the situation. And it's a team bonding experience. Okay, lunchbox, you know, have a think. Lunchbox says, I have tried stitching, but I get distracted so easily after like 4 stitches. That's not a very good excuses, you know. We have stitches here, can only count to 4. But, you know, no names, Nikki. But we just keep stitching, all right? You can just do 3 at a time, and you just keep doing 3. 3 stitches, get distracted, come back, do another 3. How's that? Yes, Joyce, if you're doing tent, then you only have 1 leg. Then you have to care about what, you know, what they look like. Exactly. Oh, Captain Squirrel. So you posted. Have you posted your Gecko Rouge project in the Facebook group? Let's have a look, okay? You can all be the judges and see if it's quite, you know, whether the progress is actually, oh no, the first picture I've seen, okay, I don't know how Facebook think about injuries, you know, being shown on a Facebook group, okay? Let's start with this. Oh dear, look at this, guys. Talk about you know, safety when it comes to stitching. Have a look at this. What's happening to Nikki's fingers? My goodness. Let me just zoom out a little bit here. Seriously, Nikki, that's a bit over the top. Are you doing surgery or something? Or are you stitching? What is going on there? What's with it? 3 fingers? That's a little bit overkill, isn't it? Oh dear, seriously. There's no need for that kind of behavior, you know? And let's have a look. Okay, okay. So this is the project Captain Squirrel is doing. It's quite an intricate piece, you know. There's a lot of color changes, etc. And how about Captain? You just give Lunchbox a screenshot. You can just be happy with it. And this is okay. I've seen this whip before. I didn't realize it was what a mock-up looks like. Look at that. So not bad at all. There's a lot of progress. When did you start working on it? So 10% is not bad. Only 90% to go. Personally, I'll just give the screenshot to Lunchbox. And that's it. That's done. I'll keep him happy for a while. Okay. And perhaps I'll just fill up this area a little bit more before I embark on the back stitching. Yeah, it's very nice. Captain Squirrel has definitely been working on it for a little bit. Yes, 4 stitches a day will add up to nice progress in 10 years. Yes, you have time, Lunchbox. I know, Michelle, isn't that a little bit dramatic? That's so overkill. You know, 1 finger is just not enough. We have to have 3. Hi, Janine. Hello. All right, this one, 402. 402. So 2 strands, full cross. 402. Nikki, well, Joyce, do you think Nikki's covering up the thumbs, the fingers, because because allegedly she's got very large hands? No, Nikki, actually, Nikki's got very average size hand. Okay, everyone, it's official. Okay, not big at all. Oh, Chelsea's done the calculation. This Chelsea is very mass-minded. She says if you lunchbox, okay, if you did 100 stitches a day, it would be 3 years and 4 months. 34 stitches a day, 10 years. Not bad. So how about aim for 100 stitches? Lunchbox from now on. It's going to be a joint project. Okay, it's official. It's between Captain Squirrel and Lunchbox, and so you have to start at a different point, okay? And that's quite a lot of stitches adding up. Four stitches a day, Cedric. It will only take you 9 by 10, 90 years. Yes. Yeah, that's fine. That sounds fair. 90 years. That's the average speed for Yogi. So this is full cross. So I want to, how do I tackle this? I want to do, full cross from the left. Okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. One, two, three. I want to keep it as tidy as possible. This is very light color as well, this one. Captain says, hence no new starts this year. It's not going to last, Captain. You know it. I know it. Lunchbox knows it. It's only February. I'll check in again in 2 weeks. I think Lunchbox isn't hiding right now. He's kind of going, oh, no, la, 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 la. I can't hear you. Okay, I'm going to get my tool out just for fun. Okay. Railroading demonstration. Dun, dun, dun. Oops. Susan, oh, there you go. Yes, Lunchbox. If you ever feel discouraged, just look at this. Susan has provided the stats. Okay, Yogi Speed, do 3,000 stitches and frog 2,000. How's that? Lunchbox. So this is the the golden standard. The gold standard, so I think you're going to be just fine. The bar is pretty low. Yes, Janine. Janine says, I just got here and felt bad for Lunchbox. At least he's willing to try. Well, yes, and Janine will have to work on, her hobby as well. Well, but Lunchbox, patience is part of, it comes from training, okay? Lunchbox. The more you do it, the more patient you become. And eventually you reach the Zen state, level, which is where I am. I remember stitching this lampshade. I said, oh, look, that looks quite nice. I wouldn't do this for 310 because 310 doesn't matter. There you go. So technically, I can start the back stitching around here, actually. Or should I finish this bit before I do it? I can't wait. See you later, Nikki. And stop injuring yourself, okay? Look after the fingers. There. So, do I want to keep going? I could keep going. I think Nikki's going to the hospital. To see the finger doctors. See you later, Samantha. Have a great day at work. And I love your picture of the dolly mug. It's so gorgeous. This color is so pretty though, really peachy. So I'm going to come back with this one. Maybe railroad as I go. Jane says, just wondering what software you're using to track your stitching. I use Pattern Keeper, but have not explored it too much. Yes, Pattern Keeper is probably the most popular markup software. But I learned about this one I'm using. It's called Cross Stitch Saga. Okay, so it's an app made by some very clever developers in Russia, and you can get it. I'm currently using it on my iOS iPad, and you can download it from the app store, but it does not recognize PDFs. So Pattern Keeper is all about PDFs. With Saga, you do need to go through a conversion process, but Pattern Keeper is perfectly fine. But with a pattern like this one, it's got a combination of different types of stitches. Saga is very good. Saga is probably the best app out there. Pattern Keeper is very good with cross stitches, and I think perhaps it does it do blend? Yes, it does blend. And maybe, I don't know, I don't think it does back stitching, right, guys? And hey, Dominique, good to see you. So so if you're happy with Pattern Keeper, it's perfectly fine. But if you want to explore Saga as well, the best thing, yes, again, is to join the Facebook group. I think you are already, aren't you, Jane? So you can just post a request for help if you need. If you'd like to know how to convert PDFs to Saga compatible formats, so the members will be able to help you. So I'm going to do another row here. I quite enjoy it, the railroading. I feel like I'm, I feel very sophisticated. Janine says, "Are you knitting your cross stitch? That would be too much work for me. That's gonna slow you down more." I know, I'm slow already. But Janine, I will only do the railroading. I'm using the knitting tool. If you knit, you recognize this. And I'm just using it for lighter colors. I wouldn't do it for all the other colors. I can get away with it. But with the peachy colors or cream colors, I want the stitches to be nice and tidy, because earlier on I did a few stitches just full cross without railroading. They come out really untidy. Okay, so Janine, just for certain colors that I do this, and it's quite enjoyable actually. I don't mind it, and I'm slow already, so it doesn't matter, does it? Sola says, Pattern Keeper does back stitches. Oh, does it now? It's been recently added in the last update. Oh, interesting. I do still have my Pattern Keeper on my Android, but I have not used it for a long time. I'd love to see how they handle back stitches. Yes, I think back stitching is very handy if you're able to track as well. Okay, I'm gonna railroad my way back. I enjoy this. I don't mind it. Only for one leg. It makes me feel good. See you later, Joyce 99. I hope you enjoy your Maggie stitching session. Can you see that? Let's smooth out the strands. And the great thing about Saga is it captures pretty much all types of stitches. So this piece, for instance, it's got back stitching, but it also has French knots. It's got, what else? Maybe a few others. And the app actually recognizes all types of stitches. Maybe not everything, but most popular ones. Janine says, talking about backstitching, I might go down the Chatelaine road. They're so pretty. Oh, Chatelaine. Yes, they look very complex, don't they? The patterns almost look slightly fractal and very intricate. Yes, why not? Sounds like good fun. Jane says, regarding Pattern Keeper, I'm a bit scared to do an update because all my work disappeared, but I'm sure it will be fine. It shouldn't wipe out your current progress. That would be terrible. Can you imagine? You go for an update that's supposed to enhance your experience and it just wipes out everything. You can do a backup. I mean, it's a little bit of a hassle with Pattern Keeper because you can't do a global backup. You have to back up individual patterns. But oh, look at how neat this is. It's not very like, you know, it doesn't look like my stitching. My stitching is normally a little bit messy, but this is very pretty, isn't it? And Susan said chocolate time, is it? Oh, here we go. We missed it. Yes, normally it's about 10:30. We missed by half an hour because Yogi is just so focused. Let me just thread it over here. Yes, I want to use up the thread. It's so pretty though. Look at that. The transition of the colors. So pretty. Yes, let's have a bit of chocolate. Not that I have that much chocolate buttons left. Fragments, more like. But let's take a little break here, guys. And how is your stitching situation today? Let's have a look. So I think what I would like to do is, I'll probably ignore this one, but I like to do the back stitching of these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little thread spools. I think I'm safe to do that. This is very close to the edge, but I think we should be okay. Chocolate time, everyone. Get your snackies out. Jane says, I've used paper patterns for the last 40 years. Oh, you and Susan will get along really well. And but embracing technology, yes. I think if you're used to one way of doing it, if you're happy with it, perfectly fine. But it's, you know, you have nothing to lose to try it, right? Just maybe you will like it. So look at my sorry little fragments of chocolate buttons, okay? Oh, look at that. Cheers, everyone. Tiny pieces of chocolate. And there's Stitcher, the floss tuber. We talk about quite a lot in this group. That's Komari. It's a Japanese lady, and she's got a floss tube channel as well. And she was full-on paper girl up to maybe less than 2 years ago, because by that time, I was using Pattern Keeper quite a lot, and majority of people, stitchers over here, probably using Pattern Keeper. And she was just using A4 sheets with a pencil and just scribble stitches. But one day, I don't know how she decided she was going to transition and to give Pattern Keeper a try, and she loved it, even though she loved paper pattern, and she was doing quite well, really. She was stitching really fast, but she loved it. So I think she got faster because of that. Jane says, your chocolate, even in pieces. Exactly. And they're still delicious. They look slightly, you know, they look slightly pathetic. Look at this. I don't know what it is. It's not button. It's more like a chocolate debris. But delicious. Grace says, Grace Houston says, Yogi, I was watching Teresa Little Stitcher and she visited a craft shop about an hour out of London. It's called Be Crafty. You might be interested in. You mean outside London? Wow. Yes, I'm aware of Teresa Little Stitcher. She's based in the UK as well. Does she do full coverage? Because every time I sort of, watch her videos, she does all sorts. So it's called Be Crafty, is it? But it's outside London. It sounds a little bit scary. An hour outside London. That's outer space, Grace Houston. So for me, I live in zone 2. Anywhere beyond zone 2 is like outer space. So I rarely venture outside the 2 zones. But wow. So it's probably quite a large shop, is it? I'd love to pay a visit, actually. That's very nice. Be crafty. Thank you for that. I'll note it down. Maybe one day when I decide, have the courage to venture out outside zone 2, I'll give it a go. Yes, I think in central London and zone 2 as well, there's a lacking in sort of craft stores. There are some fabric shops, and also haberdashery. If you go to department stores, some department stores have them, not all of them. You can go to Liberty, you can go to John Lewis, but other than that, I'm trying to think about other department stores that actually have a sort of craft section. Not that many. And there are some independent stores, but they're kind of scattered around. There isn't kind of like Michael's, like a super store that you can go and get most things. So it's a little bit lacking here. Grace Hudson says, you can't ride your bike. It's a little bit far. It's not only, so London has 6 zones, and the centre part is central London, zone 1. I'm in the second circle, and there are 4 circles, and that's 4 zones in a sort of from inside to the outside, and beyond that, that's outside of London. So imagine it's 1 hour. I don't know, 1 hour by what vehicle? Are we talking about train ride? Are we talking about aeroplane? Or are we talking about good old-fashioned bicycles? So imagine just to get out of London, it takes a little bit of traveling, and outside 1 hour beyond London. I think that's outer space. I think maybe Mars. I don't know. I haven't been, that far away for a little while. And Betty Hankins says she has several hates going. I watched Teresa yesterday, all kinds of crafts in that store. Oh, I'll definitely check it out as well. So there's a new video, is it? Okay, I will go and watch it. I'll be so tempted. I might, have to rent a spaceship in order to travel outside London. That sounds very scary. Janine says, you will have to take a taxi or spaceship. Is there Uber spaceship? Or maybe you know, SpaceX technology. I'll be able to travel outside London. Oh dear, Grace says 1 hour and 47 minutes by car. That's almost as far as Cotswolds or somewhere along there, because by train you can get to Cotswolds, which is a lovely area outside part of the UK, north of above London, within about an hour and a half. Maybe Cambridge, Oxford area. By train anyway. By car, hard to tell. Captain Score says, lucky you have a lot of alien friends. You can access their spaceships. Yes, maybe I need to borrow one. Anybody have a spare spaceship? The Yogi can fly out of London, so I can go to visit that craft shop. This bit is a little bit tricky. Today I'm practicing railroading. I have not done this for ages, because at one point I was trying to learn a technique to do this, but it was just too much. Okay, one more here, and I'm gonna do a little bit of backstitching. How's that? I'm looking forward to that. Here we go. That's very nice. I can definitely tell the difference between, you know, with doing railroading and without. It makes a lot of difference with colors like this. Let me zoom in a little bit more for you. Can you see that? So everything kind of just blended in nicely. When I was just doing regular full cross, it looks so messy. Whereas this is so pretty. Oh, I love it. It's worth it. It's worth it. Okay then, shall we do a spot of back stitching? And also, let me, I'll need to adjust my chart here. So let me just show you what's happening. So currently I'm on Saga, I'm on the cross stitching layer. So there are different layers. They kind of just lay the different stitches on top of each other. And let me open my thread cards, thread list here. So currently I'm on cross stitch, and I can close that. Can you see that? Currently I'm only half stitches and cross stitches. They're showing right now. And I'm going to switch over to, what's long stitch? Oh, they're long stitch. I think long stitch is like a vertical, but I'm going to go for a back stitch. Going to make it visible. Can you see what's happening? Let me turn it off. Back stitch off and back stitch on. Can you see what's happening there? Very nice. Okay, so here, once I need to tap, don't I? Can you see that? The icon on the upper left has changed. Now I'm on a layer, on back stitch layer. So when I touch cross stitches, nothing happens. Nothing happens. So, oh wow. They're different colors as well. Let's have a look. So I think these ones I'm doing today is going to be just black ones. Let's have a look. very dark. Okay, so it's not 310, it's 898. What's up? No? You need to mark off the last 3 stitches. Have I not? Have I not done that? Hang on. Let me just go out. Have I not? Okay, thank you, Jane. Let's have a look. I do have the habit of not marking my final stitches. Let me close that. So, did I not mark it? Let me see. Oh, that's true. Thank you so much. Yes, these 3 I did not mark. Very good. Every stitch counts. Okay, Susan, thank you so much. I can count on you guys. Okay, so next time if I run into a situation I have to frog 2,000 stitches, it's all on you. Okay, chat. So thank you so much, Jane and Susan as well. And so am I safe to move on now? Give me a thumbs up. So I am going to switch the back stitches. So all I'm interacting with now are back stitches. So when I touch the cross stitches, nothing happens. All right then. Let's have a look. Okay, let me come back to my fabric here. So it should be, let me see if I need to turn. No, let's not complicate it. So all the ones I'm going to do, they're all 898, 898. Beautiful. So I'm going to switch my needle size because I'm stitching with single strand. I think it's single strand. Yes, single strand. 898 is 898 is dark brown. 898 is this one, very brown. I was under the impression it was 310. It's not. So I am going to take a smaller needle, 28 needle. I'm going to take a single strand out. I'm very excited because I used to backstitch as I go, and I get to appreciate, you know, kind of finished look, so to speak, rather than having to stitch the whole piece and then do the backstitching. Here we go. And let me come in a little bit closer, actually full on, so you can see. Okay, so I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to leave that on the side because this one is too close to the unstitched area. So I'm going to leave this one out. So let's see. I'm very excited. And also I need to think about where I'm going to take the threads. So all these are 898. Okay. I think it's quite straightforward, hopefully. So I am going to, luckily I've been doing a lot of black work, so I'm going to just use very similar technique there. And I think it's one stitch at a time. Back stitching coming up, guys. Okay. So, and you can mark the back stitches as well. But why does it say 2? It doesn't literally mean 2 stitches, does it? It's okay. I'll just stitch the way that makes sense. Coming back. See you later, Captain Squirrel. And be nice to Lunchbox, okay? I think he meant well. He's just impatient. All right. And if you need any sort of marriage counseling, just come to the chat, okay? We'll work it out for you. So literally just one stitch at a time. And these are straight lines, so it should be relatively straightforward. Oh, so nice. Look at that. Already. It's just, you know, it's given it a lot of definition and depth already. I love backstitching. All right, so this one's done. And then coming down here. This is so much fun. I love it. There. And I need to skip this one. And this one as well. I love it. The backstitching features so nice with Saga. Hey, Griet, 99. Great to have you. Look. Oh, love it. Love it, love it. So I'm gonna go around to the left. Have I done this one? It just looks so much more defined. I mean, this piece is, you know, charted with all these different types of stitches in mind. So cross-stitching is really only part of the story. Let me see. Can't find a corner. Janine says, Do you always backstitch just one sweater at a time? One sweater? Do you mean one stitch? Is it auto-correction, Ginny? One sweater, one square. Okay. Yes, I think it depends. Unless I'm told to cross over more than one stitch, I tend to do one stitch at a time because it just kind of neater that way. But there are occasions, because I've been doing a lot of black work, and there are occasions the lines look smoother when you skip, you know, do two at a time perhaps. But my default position is always do one at a time. Because everything's nice, kind of, you know, it's not floating. I think if you cross over two stitches, it could feel like slightly floaty. And Laura, are you watching? Because Laura is doing a lot of back stitching as well. Her back stitching is lovely. Oh, I'm enjoying this. It feels like, you know, you're finishing the stitches and keeping it really tidy. I think this one is not, it's a little bit funny here. It's just a tent, so it's not fully covered. I'm trying to hide it. I think because we're very zoomed in. You see the difference already? There. Lovely. Laura says I'm looking 60% done with my cat with the goldfish. It's the piece I work on in the car. Really? It's a lovely piece. And Laura, are you doing a dimensions kit? I can't remember which one you're doing, if you are. Okay, let me mark as I go. Okay, I'm going to just take my thread kind of quite liberally to the next location, because otherwise I'm really enjoying this. Look at that, that's so pretty. Susan says, thankfully, no backstitching on Traveling Library. Do you not enjoy this? Do you not think it's really nice? You're just giving that outline, you know, everything just come to life. And also, Susan is working on 16 count. That's perfect for backstitching. Maybe you should consider it. Just do a freestyling backstitching for Traveling Library. Oh, Laura's got Cherry Blossom Creek. I can't remember what it looks like. You don't like it? Maybe you should consider Maggie, you know. It's really fun. Okay, so this one, I am going to end this thread here. I love it. the final one. And also, once you do the back stitching, you can't really undo the stitches anymore. Look at that. Because I'm really closed up right now. Let me just zoom out a little bit. And then you can see the difference. Look at that. Oh, I love it. I love it. Beautiful. And let me just do in this thread here. Beautiful. Susan says it looks very effective, but I personally dislike doing it. Yeah, well, maybe you need to give it another go. Maybe it depends on the pattern as well. But this is just so rewarding, and I actually enjoy doing the actual stitches. I don't know why you don't like it though. It's so therapeutic. There, let me take another strand. 8, 9, 8, 8, 9, 8. It's very therapeutic. It feels like when you're doing sketches or drawings and you do a kind of rough outline and then you go in and do the actual, outline for your sketches. It's very satisfying. And everything comes to life. Okay, so this one as well, 898, I believe. Okay. So with this one, and the way you start your back stitching, I've seen people doing both, because I've seen people starting with a back stitch. They skip one stitch and then come back to start their stitches. But I've also seen people who go forward first for the first stitch and then come back. It doesn't make any difference in terms of looks, but Ginny says, I don't mind back stitching, makes things pop. I know. And I don't know, yeah, some stitches might want to wait till the end doing it. I can never wait. I always back stitch as I go. You see that? It's adding so much detail. I've been really looking forward to doing this since I saw Nikki's progress. Oh, it's so sweet. And it kind of tidies all the, oh, this one is coming off, is it? That one looks a little bit iffy. kind of just tidies up all the kind of, you know, slightly fuzzy edges. Let me have a look. How do I fix this? Ooh, this one is popping out. No, don't do that. I don't know what's happening with this stitch. Why does it do that? Trying to save it. No. Saga is really good with this. Okay. And I find by doing a fair bit of black work as well recently, I feel more comfortable. I kind of know what to do a little bit more in terms of where to take my threads to. It's all coming together. Walkaway says, I just played thread chicken and won. Yes, it's a wonderful feeling, isn't it? When you can get away with tiny bit of thread. I like it as well. Hi, busy mom. How are you doing? Are you back from work? I'm busy, mom. See what I'm doing? Look at that, fancy. Oh, you know what? I can apply my black work techniques for this. Yes, I can do running stitches as well. That's what you do for black work. So you don't need to take your threads everywhere. Oh, it's all coming together in a beautiful circle. Yes. Busy mom's at home eating dinner. Wonderful. Now you can relax. This is like doing black work. Huh. Hi, Bags. Bags says, I'm looking at starting a new small project, but everything I like is a huge full cover. Any suggestions? Small project. How small is small? Guys, do you have suggestions? And do you not want to do full coverage? So is it like you can do a dimensions kit? I just realized this is essentially like doing black work with cross stitch in the middle. I can apply the same techniques. 1, dimensions petite kits are good options. How petite are they? Are we talking about palm size? And also, what type of project are you looking for? Are you looking for non-full coverage? Very nice. Oh, I love it. I can probably get away with doing this one as well. Maybe a little bit of this. No, I'm going to leave this one. That is so sweet. And I think I'm going to just do the top bit there. Oh, I love it. I wish I had more to do. 898. 898. So Bex is looking for a side quest, really. We will need a side quest from time to time. You can do, why don't you do one of those manor house type of patterns? They're quite nice, aren't they? Very pretty. There's only 2 lines here. Hi, Monster Mama. Monster Mama says, how did you get the digital pattern? Do you mean this one, or are you referring to other patterns? Begs, you can do a beaded one as well, like Mill Hill ones. That sounds quite fun. Or maybe stamp kits. There are a lot of side quests you could do. There you go. Oh, I'm loving this so much. I'm just so tempted to backstitch the whole lot. But the problem is, I have not done the cross stitch. Just giving so much definition. Okay, so this is as far as I can go with backstitching today. Bag says, I miss doing a finish. Yes. You can do a little one, like a sampler. Can you not? 898, 898. You know, we're talking about doing a side quest for this Saturday with members. There's actually, if we're not doing the frogging, okay, I have to think about that. I think frogging just a little bit too sad. Maybe we do a side quest, and there's one piece that I would like to pick up, and that is probably one piece that I can finish. I know it's a shocker. We can do a side quest this Saturday. Look at that, look at this. So cute. Can you not see the difference? Let me zoom out. Isn't that gorgeous? Gorgeous. Janine says it looks so nice with the back stitching. I know, and it was so quick as well, and instantly looks different. We need to have a before and after picture. So lovely. And it you know, by doing this, it kind of motivates me to stitch forward as well, because I know I can come back and do more of this. Thank you, Laura. Yes. And it's really fun to stitch as well, because essentially, Laura, wouldn't you say, and those of you been doing a black work with me, wouldn't you say, essentially, it's a little bit like doing black work, only with stitches in the middle, right? Because all the techniques I have learned with black work, taking, you know, in terms of how I travel with my thread, it's totally applicable with back stitching here. It's lovely, yes. Because normally, if I did it in the way before I learned how to do black work, the back will probably be a lot more messy. Whereas now, you know, I kind of apply similar techniques. I think the back stitching is going to be a lot better. And look at the shading of, you know, the different stitches, and some of them sort of, you know, more kind of coming forward a little bit more, and this one is kind of more in the background. It's amazing. This chart is amazing. Walk Away says, very pretty, Yogi. Thank you so much. And Beck says, I love the peach color. Is it peach color, peace color? That's my favorite. Even these ones. I know, really, really pretty. And I actually took a little bit of trouble doing railroading as well, because lighter colors, sometimes, particularly with DMC, they come out a little bit untidy. And look at how smooth the blending is. So this is one color, and this one is one color, right? But this one in the middle is a blend of both. This is how clever this chart is. So it's kind of, you know, gradually blending into from light to dark. Oh, love it. Really, really pretty. So this one is 26. I'm going to do a few more stitches. We still have a little bit of time. I really enjoy the, so I'm going to turn off my back stitching now. I'm going to hide it. So it doesn't become distracting. Look at that. That looks proper. I love it. See you later, Michelle. Enjoy the dinner. I'll see you later. Clara says on Saga Yogi, how do you know that 898 was the colourful thread spools? I'm confused. So the chart tells you exactly the same way as the cross stitches. So if I go to, it's exactly the same. So if you go to the thread, oops, not this one. If you go to the thread list, right? And if I switch to back stitching, right? I go to back, I need to turn on and go to back stitching. And all the colors, it shows all the colors for back stitching. And when you come to the chart, you can tap on different parts, because when you're under back stitching, it's on a separate layer from the full crosses. So when you tap the full crosses, nothing happens. But when you tap on the back stitches, can you see that? 310. When I tap on the outline just under the lampshade, it's 310. But when I switch to the other one, like the golden letters over the sewing machine, can you, if you watch, currently it's 310. When I tap on the golden color, it turns into 977, exactly the same way as cross stitches. You just tap on it, it tells you what color it is. And that's it. Make sense? It's very clever, and it's so easy as well, very intuitive. So even though all it is, that, you know, the only difference is you basically activate different layers on different stitches, and that's it. Otherwise, it's pretty much the same way. You touch the stitch to find out what color it is, and then you mark it off. So Lane Kershaw says, Yogi, the Cross Stitch Guild do some lovely small samplers by Jane Grinoff. Lovely. So that's probably a good idea, nice idea for bags as well. If you want something small. And also, Heaven and Earth, if you don't want to do full coverage, then, you know, then you probably wouldn't do it. But otherwise, Heaven and Earth, they have bookmark size, well, slightly bigger, you know the ones, Story Keep ones as well. They're kind of small in comparison, but full coverage. Walkaway says that feature is so nice to be able to flip back and forth and having the stitches on your Saga program. Yes, and you can mark the back stitches just like you can with crosses and the other type of stitches as well. It's very clever, really well done actually. It's got so many features that I didn't even know I needed. But once you do know, it's very handy. You're welcome, Clara. And but ultimately the chart has to be correct, right? Because some charts, they probably don't convert that well, and I'm very lucky to have this version. Everything seems to be all correct. So this one is 4 crosses, some purple, very nice. And I'll start to build up stitches on this side as well, so I'll be able to do more back stitching very soon. 205. And also, once you've done a little bit of back stitching, you feel like you're making progress, because this is what a finish piece will look like, at least this little part, you know. So it's really, really nice. 209. is purple. Betty Hankins says, does it count back stitches? It does. But having said that, I was slightly confused about how it counts. So let me bring it up to you here for you to have a look. I don't know, because I do 1 stitch at a time with my back stitching, but I don't know how I don't know how it counts a stitch for back stitching. Let me show you. So if I turn on back stitching, right? So if you look at this, the stitches are not really lining up with the grid, if you know what I mean. So let me take this as an example. Let's say if I tap on this one, 898. So just on top part of this spool here. And if I'm trying to mark, right, this is 1 stitch. Let me show you. I need to unlock it. So this is 1 stitch down here. Oh yeah, it does. It does mark. It does. They do line up with the grid. I'm correct. But as you mark more, you start to draw a straight line instead. You know what I mean? I'm marking the entire row there. So it creates kind of like a border. But it does count. Yes, it does. So if let me undo this, okay. So if I go to the stitch count, it does count back stitching as well as part of this. It's counted separately. It's counted separately. So it kind of all makes sense. So it's quite intuitive. Here we go. Okay. I've got a few purple stitches to do. I think this one, I might be able to get away with not railroading. I think the peaches and the cream, they, you know, railroading really, really helps. And this is 4. Oh, this is 10. I forgot about, oh no, hang on. I need to check my chart. No, this is 3 strand. 3 strand 10. I nearly missed it. 209. I was about to do full cross. 3 strand. Okay. 10 stitches. So these stitches looks a little bit iffy right here. But hopefully when you zoom out, you can't really see. So 3 strands. Even with 3 strands, you can still seal the fabric quite a lot. Three. Oops. Oh, that's why I missed 1 strand. I was thinking the stitches look slightly thin. I think I miss 1 strand for some reason. This is very odd. See, this one just came loose. That's why I was thinking 2 strands, you know, 3 strands. The stitches just don't look very full. Don't know what's happening. I'm gonna start again. $209. Solar. Yes, Solar has been lurking all this time, and suddenly, when it comes to fudgy time and frogging time, she appears. Yeah, for some reason. Now it looks better. Now it's a little bit fuller. Grace says, Yogi, can you add black work into Saga or Pattern Keeper? Not with the pattern I have. I think according to Joyce, if I remember correctly, you could, with some patterns, if you specify, if you take the recognizing backstitching when you import into Paradise, it will recognize it. I tried it on my pattern, so it might be different pattern to pattern, but it worked for Joyce. I think for her pattern, for some reason, it worked for her, but for mine, it didn't. It just didn't know what it was. I think the pattern is just constructed in a very different way. So it depends, yes and no. It depends on your pattern, I think. But if you import it into, convert it with Paradise, you need to turn on the back stitching because by default it's off. But I tried out with my pattern, it didn't work. That's better. The coverage is better. And I think these ones, it's kind of quite loose, quite sparse by design, really, because these are supposed to be in the background. And I think the way the chart is designed is using different density of strands and different type of stitches to define, you know, the depths. And this one, the purple, is slightly more in the foreground, so it's bolder. Clara says, Yogi, the actual paper chart, there's a separate cording graph showing the word singer being done in cording. But Saga is shown this backstitch. Oh, very good point. Is it? Yes, I think it's shown as backstitching. So I need to pay attention. That's very good for you to point it out. So the wording is actually cording. That's a different type of stitch, isn't it? But let me just have a look at my chart here. There is such a thing as a long stitch. It's a long stitch on the original chart, but there's no cording. So it could be Saga just doesn't understand what cording is. Yes, I think on the chart is part of backstitching actually. Okay, so I need to pay attention because there might be stitches they're not captured with the app. But hopefully that's it. Although so on my chart it's got cross stitching, long stitches, and back stitches, and French knot. Is there any more? Is there anything else that's missing? Okay, I'm going to end this one here with a Nikki method. I'm going to just do a pin. Ooh, this one might not be very pretty. Does it look okay? No. $209. Clara says most of the back stitching on the sewing machine is all cording. And is there any other types that I haven't got here? I've got full cross, 10 stitches, and French knots, long stitch. I can't remember what it is on top of my head, and back stitching. That's it. And French knot. And this one is 3 strands as well. 3 strands, only 3 stitches. 208. 208. I'm going to do a quarter stitch. That's it. Okay, so other than the letters, the other one should be safe. I need to find out what cording is. Okay. Two 208. 208. Okay, 310. Okay, I'm just looking at the time here, 12:10. And so I'm going to pick my next color. It's going to be my last one, and I'm going to end with 310. How's that? That sounds really nice. So the final, I've got about 9 stitches of 310 there. Here we go. Be a very nice finish. So it's full cross, 2 strand. Walkaway says, I just looked at my chart to see what cording is. Now I'm scared. Really? I can't remember the last 2, starts that I had. I don't think I ever got to the wording for the sewing machine. So this could be a new experience for me. Is it quite complicated? I think the worst stitch for me ever for embroidery is satin stitch. Oh, satin stitch, I just don't know what to do. Because it's so nuanced and it's up for interpretation. I'm not very good with that. So I've got about 9 stitches here. Grace Huston says, the shop I was telling you about also has DMC threads. But what prices are they, Grace? Are they £2.50? Yes. I mean, most of the times, if you go to haberdashery, department store, etc., they do have some DMC, but only a very small collection, because I don't think they have a full set there. It's kind of a token DMC, thingy. Kind of just pretending that, yeah, we do DMC, but only 5 colors. Susan says, I bet there's a YouTube channel to show you how to cord. I bet, yeah, probably more than one. I know, it's the best way to learn it, isn't it? Whereas before, I was just reading the instruction, just trying to figure it out. That's quite true. Nowadays, you can just find a YouTube video. Beck says, Google says, backstitch is a foundational, durable embroidery stitch used for fine lines, which, while cording involves laying a thick, separate cord into the fabric and securing it with small stitches. I have no idea what that is. Oh, yes. So, okay, I think I know what it is now. Let me know if it's correct, okay? So, if I remember, basically cording is, for instance, you take 2 or 3 strands, just line them up like this. Let's say if there's 3, right? If you want the letters to be bold, and guys, you let me know if I'm correct from my memory. You take them, just line them up into whatever shape. So if for a singer, for instance, you probably want to lay them out in the letter shape. Is that correct? And then you go around with another thread and then tuck them down, tuck the threads down into a particular shape. Am I correct? I remember that there's a stitch like that. It sounds like the description. Have I got it? If that's the case, yes, it's very scary because you have to lay the thread in a position that's going to come out correctly, particularly if you're creating letters. And there's one place that requires long stitch. What is long stitch? Is it just like a straight stitch, like a really long runner stitch? It does sound scary, isn't it? Oh, cording or crouching, what's the difference? Well, the one I described sounds more like cording. Crouching, I can't remember. Crouching, does it require... Lona says, sounds correct. Yeah, I got it. I have not done it for forever, but I remember there's a stitch like that. Is crouching requiring some sort of spiraling kind of twisting action? Because I have not done crouching for a long time as well. I'm sure I have done it. So I got a cording, have I? Oh, yes. 10 points for Yogi. Laura says cording is when you twist the thread into cord. Oh, you have to twist as well, not just lining them down. Laura says we have to twist the thread into cord, and then crouch is when you tuck into the fabric. Hang on, so do you have to do both at the same time? So they cannot just be on their own. So cording is just twisting. Crouching is when you tuck down the threads. So does that mean you have to do them together? Clara says you have to twist the floss strand, then lay them out. But are they independent from each other, or do they have to perform both together? Because the naming sounds very familiar. I just don't know which is which. I've got final 3 stitches. All right, so long stitch is a very long stitch, as it says on the title. I can do a long stitch. You can make it as long as you want. Ah, Laura says you have to cord the threads first. So does that mean if I twist the thread here, but that's not done yet, it has to be tucked down, and that's crouching? Or are they 2 separate things? So if that's the case, is neither of them are independent stitches. They have to be done together. Rose says, guess it depends if you're using single strand or multiple strands. But the thing is, though, if you're just doing the cording, it's a stitch until it's all tucked down, isn't it? Okay, beautiful. Let me stitch here.